My motivation for this project was truly seeing the despair within young people, especially my classmates, thinking about the climate crisis and thinking about how impactful it is for our future and for our lives right now. Because we're seeing the effects, the overwhelming days of scorching heat, the rising numbers, we're seeing it all over the world. So, this motivation truly comes from how I've seen the climate crisis impact my life and how it's impacted how young people see their future. I want young people to feel inspired, to be excited about the years to come. And that's why this project exists. My name is Reina Maiga, and I live in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Confront the Climate Crisis is a youth-led bipartisan environmental nonprofit based in Indiana. The organization has co-drafted 2 state Senate climate task force bills and 1 state House climate task force bill, all aimed at mitigating the fiscal impact of climate change on vulnerable communities in Indiana. Additionally, Confront the Climate Crisis focuses on increasing youth voices in the environmental policy process by organizing yearly capital events and conferences, which have attracted hundreds of attendees. We have engaged over 250 student members and volunteers from more than 50 high schools, and our efforts have also gathered support from and collaboration with over 30 state legislators in drafting these bills.
We're a group of young people from Indiana who are tired of the lack of action, so we decided to come together to create the change that we want to see in the world. My project is combining education and advocacy to help young people realize how important the climate crisis is in Indiana and worldwide. We utilize the connections that we have in the Indiana General Assembly to connect students with legislators in order to create pieces of legislation that would help us mitigate the climate issues in Indiana. And they're able to talk confidently about the climate crisis and why it's important for our government to act on it. Oftentimes, when we talk about environmental advocacy, it's boring. People don't want to listen. They don't want to listen to someone list off fact after fact. They don't want to listen to someone talk about statistics all day. They want to hear the real stories. They want to hear how it's impacting lives. When you hear a young person talk about how they're scared for their future because of the climate effects they see in their community, the real stories are brought to the table. Confront the Climate Crisis specifically focuses on bringing the why out of each and every one of the students that we interact with, because we all have a different why. Someone who lives in a very urban part of the city versus someone who lives next to a farm might have a different story about how the climate crisis is impacting them. I hope to talk to a young person about the world that they imagine in the next 20 years for them and their family, and have them respond with enthusiasm, and have them respond with hope, and have them respond in a way that tells me that we're doing the right thing, that we're preserving the earth that we have, and we're preserving that enthusiasm that should be in every single young person. We're the next generation. It is hard to think that we can create a space and an environment that is created for people to thrive if the next leaders that are going to be leading that space aren't excited about it. So I hope for young people to be excited again about the future. At my core, I'm a lover of Indiana. I believe that this state has some of the best people and some of the best leaders, and I believe in the work that we can do.